Let me tell you something important. Everything you want in life is already within your grasp, but the key to unlocking it lies within you. Most people spend their lives looking outward, chasing the next big thing, searching for external solutions to their problems. They think, if I get that promotion, if I meet the right person, if I have more money, if I just change my environment, things will fall into place. Here's the truth. All of it starts with why you. The first step to success is not in your circumstances, your job, or your relationships. It starts by focusing on your own growth, development, and mindset. When you truly commit to working on yourself, everything else begins to fall into place. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth. When you know who you are, you understand what you want and what you're capable of. You identify your weaknesses and turn them into your greatest strengths. Self-awareness is not just knowing your strengths, but understanding your challenges and being willing to improve them. You need to cultivate consistency. It's not about doing something big once in a while. It's about small, consistent actions that compound over time. Success is built in the daily habits that you form. The little things done every day are the secret to massive, long-term results. It's those moments when no one is watching that define who you become. Let's talk about focus. In a world full of distractions, you need to train yourself to focus. Focus on your vision, focus on your goals, and most importantly, focus on your growth. It's easy to get sidetracked by what others are doing or what you think you should be doing, but if you constantly remind yourself that your journey is unique, you'll stay on track, stay disciplined, stay committed, and watch everything else align with your energy. Life is full of challenges, but challenges are not roadblocks. They are opportunities for growth. Every difficulty you face is simply a lesson that you need to learn. Those who grow the most are those who refuse to give up in the face of adversity. When you encounter setbacks, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why is this happening to me? To make all of this work, you need to master your mindset. Your mindset determines your reality. If you approach life with a positive, growth-focused mindset, you'll see opportunities where others see obstacles. Your mindset shapes how you react to situations, how you overcome challenges, and how you turn dreams into reality. Success doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. Stop looking for answers in other people or outside sources. Focus on yourself, invest in your growth, improve your mindset, and everything else will follow. When you start doing the work internally, the external world will have no choice but to reflect your growth. Self-awareness is the foundation of all personal growth and success. Without a clear understanding of who you are, where you've been, and where you want to go, it's nearly impossible to make meaningful progress. You see, most people rush through life without ever taking the time to look within themselves. They're busy chasing external accomplishments, thinking that a new job, a better relationship, or more money will make them happy or successful. However, the real key to growth lies in looking inward. Self-awareness is what allows you to see the bigger picture and align your actions with your true goals and values. At the heart of self-awareness is understanding your strengths. When you know what you're good at, you can leverage those abilities to maximize your potential. For instance, if you excel in communication, you might focus on building a career in leadership or sales. If you have a talent for problem solving, you might find yourself thriving in roles that require creative thinking. But knowing your strengths doesn't just help you choose the right career path, it also empowers you to build on those strengths. The more you recognize and develop your natural abilities, the more confident you become in your ability to succeed. But self-awareness doesn't just stop at recognizing your strengths. It's also about understanding your weaknesses. Often, people avoid confronting their weaknesses because it's uncomfortable or they fear judgment. Yet, it's crucial to be aware of the areas in which you are lacking. Acknowledging your weaknesses doesn't mean accepting defeat. It means giving yourself the chance to improve. When you understand where you're weak, you can create a plan to strengthen those areas. This might mean seeking additional training, finding a mentor, or simply dedicating time to learning and improving. Weaknesses are not permanent roadblocks. They are opportunities for growth and mastery. Self-awareness allows you to evaluate your values, your beliefs, and your motivations. It's not enough to just know what you're good at or where you need improvement. You must also understand what drives you and why you do the things you do. What are your values? What principles guide your decisions? These are the deeper aspects of self-awareness that influence every choice you make in life. Without clarity on your values, you may find yourself chasing after things that don't truly resonate with your core beliefs, which can lead to dissatisfaction, frustration, and a sense of directionlessness. You also start to identify your patterns of behavior. Self-reflection helps you recognize habits that serve you well and those that hold you back. For example, you might realize that you tend to procrastinate when faced with a big task. Or perhaps you notice that you often shy away from difficult conversations, even though addressing issues head on could lead to growth. By becoming aware of these patterns, you give yourself the power to make changes. You can consciously choose to break bad habits and replace them with ones that are more productive and aligned with your goals. Self-awareness also requires emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and understand your emotions and how they influence your thoughts and actions. By becoming more aware of your emotions, you can respond to situations with greater control and intention rather than reacting impulsively. Emotional intelligence helps you navigate relationships, handle stress, and manage conflict more effectively. When you understand your emotional triggers, you can anticipate your responses and take proactive steps to stay calm, focused, and grounded. But self-awareness isn't just about identifying what's inside you. It's also about being open to feedback from others. Often, we become too attached to our self-perceptions and fail to see ourselves objectively. This is where the feedback of trusted friends, family members, mentors, or colleagues comes into play. By seeking out and listening to constructive criticism, you gain a more well-rounded understanding of yourself. Other people can often see things about you that you might overlook or dismiss. They might point out blind spots or offer insights that help you grow in ways you didn't anticipate. One of the most powerful benefits of self-awareness is that it provides clarity. When you truly understand who you are and what you want, you can make decisions with confidence. You no longer have to wonder whether you're on the right path. You'll have a clear sense of purpose and direction, which makes it easier to set goals and take action toward achieving them. Whether you're pursuing a career, building relationships, or working on personal development, self-awareness helps you stay focused and aligned with your true self. Self-awareness also plays a crucial role in resilience. Life is filled with setbacks and challenges, but when you're self-aware, you know how to adapt and keep moving forward. Understanding your strengths and weaknesses helps you approach obstacles with a growth mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as insurmountable, you'll view them as opportunities to learn and grow. The more you learn about yourself, the better equipped you are to handle adversity with grace and perseverance. Self-awareness fosters a deeper sense of fulfillment. When you live authentically guided by your true values and strengths, you experience a sense of inner peace and satisfaction. You stop measuring your worth based on external achievements and start recognizing the inherent value in simply being true to yourself. This sense of alignment brings a deep sense of contentment, as you no longer feel torn between who you are and who you think you should be. Living authentically allows you to experience joy in the journey, not just the destination. Self-awareness is not just a nice-to-have trait. It is the cornerstone of all personal and professional growth. It enables you to recognize your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, understand your values, and make decisions that align with your true self. The more self-aware you become, the more empowered you are to take control of your life and shape your future. So, take the time to look inward, reflect on who you are, and use that knowledge to unlock your full potential. The journey of self-awareness is lifelong, but it is the most powerful journey you will ever undertake. Consistency is the secret to achieving extraordinary results over time. It's the small, seemingly insignificant actions that you do day in and day out that compound to create monumental change. In a world that constantly emphasizes quick fixes and overnight success, consistency often gets overlooked. People want immediate results. They want to see progress right away, and when they don't, they get discouraged and abandon their efforts. But the reality is, success isn't built in a day. It's built through daily, consistent effort. Consistency is the fuel that powers achievement. Whether you're working toward a goal in your career, building a new skill, or trying to improve your health, The key to reaching that goal lies in showing up every day and taking action. Small, consistent actions might seem like they don't matter in the moment, but over time they add up. Think of it like saving money. If you save just a small amount every day, over the course of months or years, that small deposit grows into a significant sum. The same principle applies to any area of life. One of the biggest challenges in cultivating consistency is fighting against the temptation of immediate gratification. It's easy to get sidetracked by distractions or quick wins that seem exciting in the moment, but don't lead to long-term growth. The discipline to stay on track when you don't see immediate rewards is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Most people give up too soon. They try something once or twice, and when they don't see rapid results, they move on to something else. But the truth is, the most successful people are those who stick with their goals, even when things aren't going well or when progress seems slow. Consistency is not about perfection either. It's about doing something every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't see results immediately, and even when it's hard. It's about building momentum and allowing it to carry you forward. A single workout might not transform your body overnight, but if you do it consistently over time, you'll see significant physical changes. The same goes for reading, writing, learning a new language, or building any other skill. Small actions done consistently create massive results. One of the reasons consistency is so powerful is because it builds habits. Habits are the unconscious behaviors that shape our daily lives. When you consistently engage in an activity, it becomes ingrained in your routine, and eventually it's no longer a matter of motivation. It's just something you do. Whether it's exercising every morning, reading for 20 minutes before bed, or spending time planning your day, when you consistently practice a positive habit, it becomes second nature. The beauty of habits is that they work in the background, allowing you to continue progressing even when you don't feel motivated. Habits are the backbone of personal growth because they automate the process of improvement. Another aspect of consistency is resilience. When you commit to a goal, you will inevitably encounter setbacks and failures. But consistency allows you to push through these moments and stay focused on your ultimate vision. You don't quit because things get hard. You keep showing up, doing the work, and learning from your mistakes. Consistency teaches you how to be resilient, how to persevere, and how to stay focused on the long-term objective instead of getting bogged down by temporary challenges. Every time you get back on track after a setback, you reinforce your ability to handle adversity and keep moving forward. Over time, this resilience becomes a powerful force in your life, helping you break through obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Consistency breeds confidence. As you stay committed to your actions and see the results of your efforts, you build trust in yourself. You start to believe that you can achieve your goals because you've already proven to yourself that you can stick with something. The more you practice consistency, the more you develop a sense of self-assurance. This confidence propels you forward and encourages you to take on bigger challenges. When you know that you can rely on your own consistency to get results, it becomes easier to take risks and pursue even greater goals. It's also important to recognize that consistency doesn't mean doing everything perfectly. There will be days when you slip up, when life gets in the way, or when you fall off track. The key is to get back on course quickly and not to let one mistake derail your entire progress. Consistency doesn't mean never failing. It means getting back up after a failure and continuing on your path. In fact, some of the most successful people in history have failed countless times. What set them apart was their ability to remain consistent and keep trying until they succeeded. In a world where instant gratification often takes precedence, consistency is a rare but invaluable trait. It's not the loudest, fastest, or flashiest action that creates success. It's the quiet, daily commitment to doing the work, even when it's hard or when you don't see results right away. It's the ability to stay the course, even when others are jumping to the next shiny thing. When you master consistency, you unlock the secret to sustained success and growth. Success isn't about making giant leaps. It's about taking consistent, small steps in the right direction. It's about showing up day after day with the belief that what you do now will lead to something bigger down the road. So if you want to achieve your dreams, don't focus on doing everything perfectly. Focus on showing up consistently, putting in the work, and allowing time to work its magic. Consistency will get you where you want to go. It's just a matter of trusting the process and never giving up. Focus is the cornerstone of achieving any goal or aspiration. In today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world, it's more important than ever to hone the ability to focus. Without focus, your energy is scattered and your efforts are diluted. You might work hard, but without a clear focus, you'll never be able to channel your energy into the things that truly matter. Focus is the secret ingredient that allows you to take your dreams and turn them into reality. Focus requires intention. You can't simply wander through life and expect to accomplish anything meaningful. You need to decide what's important and commit to giving those things your full attention. It's about making a conscious choice to prioritize certain goals, tasks, or projects over others. This doesn't mean you have to ignore everything else in your life, but it does mean that you need to be intentional about where you direct your energy. Focus requires the discipline to say no to distractions and yes to what truly matters. Social media and endless information distractions are everywhere. Our attention is constantly pulled in 100 different directions. But the key to achieving anything of significance is the ability to block out those distractions and concentrate on one thing at a time. Multitasking is a myth. Research has shown that when you try to juggle multiple tasks, your performance on each of them suffers. Instead of splitting your attention, focus on completing one task before moving on to the next. Whether it's working on a project, having a conversation, or learning a new skill, give your full attention to the task at hand. Focus also involves setting clear goals and knowing why those goals matter. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, focus becomes easier. You know what you're working toward, and this gives you a sense of purpose that helps you stay on track. Without a clear goal, it's easy to get lost or discouraged. Focus gives you the clarity to see the path ahead and the strength to stay the course. When you're clear on your why, it becomes easier to say no to distractions because you understand the long-term value of staying focused. Focus is about consistency. It's not enough to be focused for a few hours or days. You must maintain that focus over the long term. It's about building the habit of consistently focusing on your goals, even when things get difficult or when you're tempted to stray. Focus requires perseverance. There will be moments when the journey feels slow, when progress isn't visible, or when you're overwhelmed by the obstacles in your path. But staying focused, even during those tough times, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up along the way. Another important aspect of focus is learning to tune out the noise. The opinions, criticisms, and advice from others can easily distract you from your own path. While feedback can be helpful, it's important to filter out the voices that don't align with your goals or values. You must trust your own judgment and stay focused on what's best for you. When you focus on your own vision, you stop allowing other people's opinions to dictate your decisions. You remain committed to your own purpose, and nothing can shake that focus. Focusing requires mental discipline. It's not enough to simply want something. You must train your mind to stay focused. Meditation, mindfulness, and other mental exercises can help you strengthen your ability to focus. The more you practice focusing, the better you get at it. It's a skill that, like any other, improves with time and effort. The ability to focus is something you can develop, and the more you exercise that muscle, the more naturally it will come. In conclusion, focus is the key to making progress in any area of life. It allows you to align your efforts with your goals, block out distractions, and stay committed to what truly matters. In a world full of noise and chaos, the ability to focus is a superpower. When you learn how to harness it, there's nothing you can't achieve. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and watch everything you've ever dreamed of begin to unfold. Distractions are everywhere. It seems like there's always something vying for our attention, whether it's social media notifications, emails, or people asking for our time and energy. These distractions, if not managed properly, can prevent us from reaching our full potential. This is why it's crucial to cultivate the ability to focus on our goals. Focus is not just about concentrating on a task for a few minutes. It's about developing the mental discipline to stay on track despite the many distractions that surround us. It's about being intentional with where we direct our attention and energy, ensuring that we are working toward our goals rather than getting sidetracked by things that don't matter in the long run. Focus means choosing what to give your attention to. In a world full of constant stimuli, we are bombarded with choices, information, and demands for our time. Each of these distractions requires a decision on our part. Will we engage or will we remain committed to the path we have set for ourselves? Every time we get distracted, we lose a little bit of momentum. The longer we stay distracted, the harder it becomes to regain our focus. When we allow distractions to control our attention, we lose sight of what truly matters. However, when we actively choose to focus on one thing at a time, we can give it our full attention and perform at a higher level. Focus isn't about doing everything at once. It's about narrowing our attention to what will move us closer to our goals and then blocking out everything else. Whether it's work, personal development, or relationships, dedicating ourselves fully to the present moment allows us to achieve deeper and more meaningful results. The next critical aspect of focus is setting clear, measurable goals. Without clarity on what we want to achieve, it's almost impossible to stay focused. Goals act as a roadmap guiding us toward the destination we envision. When we know exactly where we are going, it's easier to stay on course. The process of goal setting forces us to evaluate what is important, what we value most, and what actions we need to take to get there. Once we have a clear vision of what we want to accomplish, focus becomes easier because we can align all our efforts and energy toward that end goal. It's not about chasing after every opportunity or trying to do everything at once. Instead, it's about committing to one goal at a time and directing all our energy toward its achievement. When we focus our efforts, we can work with purpose, eliminating the confusion that comes from being pulled in multiple directions. As we begin to see the progress we've made toward our goals, it reinforces the importance of maintaining focus, keeping us motivated to push forward. Focus also requires the ability to say no. It's often easy to get caught up in other people's demands, especially when they are asking for our attention or help. We might feel guilty or obligated to say yes, even if it means sacrificing our own time and goals. However, the ability to say no is one of the most important skills in maintaining focus. When we say yes to things that aren't aligned with our goals, we are saying no to our own progress. Saying no doesn't mean being rude or inconsiderate. It means protecting our time and energy so that we can focus on what truly matters. For example, if you're working on a project and a friend invites you to an event that will take up several hours of your time, saying no allows you to protect your focus and finish the project with the same level of commitment and energy. It's not always easy to turn down invitations or opportunities, but when we are clear on our priorities, saying no becomes a necessary part of staying focused. By protecting our time and energy, we can direct it toward our own growth, ensuring that our actions are intentional and aligned with our goals. Another powerful aspect of focus is the discipline to avoid multitasking. While multitasking might seem like an efficient way to get more done, studies have shown that it actually reduces productivity and quality of work. The brain is not designed to handle multiple complex tasks at once, and when we try to do so, our attention becomes fragmented, leading to errors, slower completion times, and mental fatigue. Instead of multitasking, we should focus on one task at a time, giving it our full attention until it's completed. By fully engaging in each task, we can produce higher quality results, work faster, and feel more satisfied with our progress. When we focus on one thing, we are not only more productive, but also more efficient because our mental energy is used in the most effective way possible. Focus is about eliminating mental clutter. Often, we spend a lot of time worrying about things that aren't important or stressing over things that are beyond our control. These worries create mental distractions that prevent us from being fully present in the moment. To maintain focus, we need to clear our minds of unnecessary thoughts and worries. One way to do this is through mindfulness and meditation, which can help center our thoughts and emotions. By practicing mindfulness, we become more aware of when our minds are wandering and can redirect our focus back to the task at hand. Taking the time to declutter our minds allows us to approach our goals with greater clarity, enabling us to concentrate on what truly matters. Focusing requires energy management. We are not machines, and our mental and physical energy is limited. If we are constantly trying to focus on tasks without taking breaks or giving ourselves time to recharge, we risk burnout. To maintain focus, We must be mindful of our energy levels and take the necessary steps to replenish them. This might include getting enough sleep, eating healthy meals, exercising regularly, and taking time to relax and unwind. By taking care of our bodies and minds, we ensure that we have the energy needed to stay focused and continue working toward our goals. Focus is a skill that can be developed with practice. It requires intention, discipline, and a commitment to eliminating distractions. When we learn to focus, we unlock our full potential, achieving greater success in our personal and professional lives. Focus allows us to stay on track, make consistent progress, and achieve our goals with greater efficiency and satisfaction. By making focus a habit, we transform our ability to accomplish whatever we set our minds to, turning our dreams into reality. The importance of embracing challenges in life cannot be overstated. Challenges are often seen as obstacles or setbacks, but in reality, they are opportunities for growth. When we face difficulties, we are presented with a chance to stretch beyond our current abilities and to develop resilience. Life doesn't always unfold the way we expect, and challenges are a natural part of the journey towards success. However, the way we respond to these challenges determines whether we will grow or be defeated by them. Those who succeed are the ones who view challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to greater achievement. When we embrace challenges, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new learning, and ultimately greater personal and professional growth. One of the key benefits of embracing challenges is that they push us outside our comfort zones. When things are easy, it's easy to become complacent and stop growing. Comfort zones, while safe and predictable, can limit our potential. It's only when we face challenges that we are forced to develop new skills, gain new perspectives, and learn how to navigate the unknown. The discomfort of a challenge is often the catalyst for growth, as it forces us to confront our weaknesses and turn them into strengths. Embracing challenges means acknowledging that growth requires effort and overcoming obstacles. Challenges build resilience. When we encounter a difficulty, it's natural to feel frustrated, upset, or defeated. However, each time we push through a challenge, we become more resilient. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after setbacks, and it's a critical trait for success. Life will inevitably throw challenges our way, and it's how we respond to them that determines whether we succeed or fail. By viewing challenges as opportunities to become stronger and more capable, we build the mental toughness needed to handle whatever comes our way. Resilience allows us to persevere in the face of adversity, maintaining our focus on the bigger picture, even when things get tough. Another important aspect of embracing challenges is the ability to learn from them. Every challenge presents a lesson, whether we realize it at the time or not. Failure, for example, is often seen as a negative experience, but in reality, it's one of the best teachers we can have. When we fail, we learn what doesn't work, which brings us one step closer to figuring out what does work. Failure provides valuable feedback that helps us refine our strategies, improve our decision-making, and ultimately grow stronger. When we embrace challenges, we become more open to learning and more willing to fail forward. The more challenges we face, the more we learn about ourselves, our capabilities, and the world around us. Overcoming challenges boosts our confidence. When we successfully navigate a difficult situation, we gain a sense of accomplishment and pride. We realize that we are capable of more than we initially thought, and this confidence propels us to take on even greater challenges in the future. As we face and conquer challenges, we build a sense of self-efficacy, the belief that we can achieve whatever we set out to do. This self-belief is essential for continued success. It pushes us to keep striving for more, even when the path ahead seems daunting. Embracing challenges helps us develop a deeper sense of gratitude and appreciation for success. When we work hard to overcome difficulties, we learn to appreciate the victories, both big and small, that come as a result. Success is not just about the outcome, it's about the journey, the growth, and the lessons learned along the way. By embracing challenges, we create a life full of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. The next time you face a challenge, don't shy away from it. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to propel yourself toward even greater success. One of the most powerful ways to stay focused and move toward your goals is by creating an environment that supports your success. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your behaviors, thoughts, and energy. It can either propel you toward your dreams or hinder your progress without you even realizing it. The environment you surround yourself with is a reflection of your values, priorities, and aspirations. If you want to achieve great things, you must ensure that your environment is conducive to your growth. This starts with the physical space you inhabit. A cluttered and disorganized workspace can lead to a distracted and unproductive mindset. By keeping your environment clean, organized, and aligned with your goals, you can create a space that encourages focus and clarity. If you're working on a specific project, having a dedicated space where you can immerse yourself in that task without distractions is vital. But creating a supportive environment isn't just about physical space. It also includes the people you associate with, the information you consume, and the habits you cultivate. If you surround yourself with negative influences, whether that's people who discourage you, constantly undermine your confidence, or waste your time, you are more likely to lose focus and drift away from your goals. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and support your vision, you will be more motivated to stay focused and continue working toward your success. The power of a strong support network cannot be underestimated. It's important to choose your inner circle wisely, ensuring that the people around you inspire you to grow and help you stay accountable. Equally important is the information you expose yourself to. In today's digital age, we are constantly bombarded with information from all directions. From social media to news outlets, it's easy to get overwhelmed and distracted by the sheer volume of data we consume daily. However, the information you surround yourself with can either sharpen your focus or scatter your attention. If you constantly consume information that isn't aligned with your goals, you risk diluting your focus and energy. Instead, make a conscious effort to curate the content you engage with, focusing on information that adds value to your life and aligns with your vision. This could mean following thought leaders who inspire you, reading books that promote personal growth, or listening to podcasts that offer insights into your field of interest. The more intentional you are with the information you consume, the more it will contribute to your personal growth and success. Your daily habits are another critical factor in shaping your environment. The habits you form directly impact your ability to stay focused and achieve your goals. Habits are the small actions that you repeat consistently, and over time, they compound to create significant results. If you establish habits that support your goals, such as reading for 30 minutes every morning, exercising regularly, or setting aside time each day for deep work, these habits will create a strong foundation for success. On the other hand, if you develop habits that distract you or drain your energy, such as scrolling endlessly on social media or procrastinating, they will keep you from reaching your full potential. It's essential to evaluate your habits and make adjustments where necessary to ensure that they align with the life you want to create. Your environment can also influence your mindset. If you're constantly in an environment where people are complaining or focusing on what's wrong in the world, it can be easy to adopt a negative mindset. However, when you surround yourself with positive, forward-thinking individuals who are committed to growth and success, your mindset naturally shifts. You begin to see opportunities rather than obstacles, and you become more resilient in the face of challenges. Positive energy is contagious, and when you surround yourself with like-minded individuals who share your vision for success, you're more likely to stay motivated and focused on your goals. It's important to consciously choose an environment that fosters optimism, creativity, and perseverance. The energy you put into your environment is just as important as the energy you receive from it. Creating an environment that supports your goals also means maintaining a high level of self-awareness and being proactive about how you manage your time and energy. This might involve setting clear boundaries with people or activities that drain you, dedicating time each day for self-care and reflection, and constantly checking in with yourself to ensure that you're staying true to your priorities. It's easy to get caught up in the business of life, but by creating a space that nurtures your goals and values, you make it easier to stay focused and motivated to take the necessary steps toward success. Success is a reflection of the choices you make, and one of the most important choices is the environment you create for yourself. Whether it's your physical space, The people around you, the information you consume, or the habits you form, your environment plays a significant role in your ability to stay focused and move forward. By intentionally shaping your environment to align with your goals, you create a fertile ground for growth, focus, and ultimately success. Time management is often regarded as one of the most valuable skills you can master in life. In a world that is constantly demanding more of our time, it's crucial to learn how to manage our time effectively if we want to accomplish anything significant. The way we manage our time has a direct impact on our productivity, stress levels, and overall well-being. Time management is not just about organizing your schedule, it's about making intentional choices regarding how you spend your time. Every day, you are presented with 24 hours, and how you choose to use those hours will determine the quality of your life. If you are not intentional with your time, you can easily find yourself wasting precious hours on activities that don't contribute to your goals or aspirations. This is why time management is such an essential skill for achieving success. The first step in effective time management is understanding your priorities. What is most important to you? What are your short-term and long-term goals? Without a clear understanding of what truly matters, it's easy to become distracted by less important tasks. To manage your time effectively, you must first decide what your priorities are and then align your time accordingly. This involves saying no to things that don't align with your goals and committing to activities that will bring you closer to your vision. Whether it's work-related tasks, personal development, or relationships, when you focus on your top priorities, you eliminate the need for distractions and create more time for what matters most. Effective time management involves planning and organizing your day. It's not enough to simply know what your priorities are. You must also create a plan for how to tackle them. This starts with breaking down your goals into actionable tasks and assigning specific time blocks to each task. Planning your day ensures that you stay on track and avoid wasting time on unnecessary activities. It's also important to build in flexibility as unexpected events can arise. However, having a plan in place provides you with a framework for your day, making it easier to stay focused and productive. Additionally, using tools like calendars, to-do lists, or task management apps can help keep you organized and ensure that you don't miss any important deadlines or commitments. Another crucial element of time management is avoiding procrastination. Procrastination is one of the biggest time wasters, and it's something that many of us struggle with. The tendency to delay tasks, especially the ones we find difficult or unappealing, can lead to stress and missed opportunities. Overcoming procrastination requires discipline and a willingness to take action even when we don't feel like it. One way to combat procrastination is by breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. When a task feels overwhelming, it's easy to put it off. However, when you break it down into smaller pieces, it becomes easier to take the first step. Starting is often the hardest part, but once you get going, momentum builds, and the task becomes much easier to complete. Time management also involves being mindful of how you spend your energy. It's not just about filling your schedule with tasks. It's about making sure that the tasks you choose to focus on align with your energy levels. For example, if you know that you are most focused and productive in the morning, tackle your most challenging tasks during that time. On the other hand, if you feel more energized in the afternoon or evening, plan to handle less demanding tasks at those times. By being mindful of when you are at your best, you can optimize your time and work more efficiently. Effective time management also requires setting boundaries. In a world where we are constantly connected, it's easy to fall into the trap of working nonstop or responding to messages and emails at all hours of the day. However, setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining balance and preventing burnout. Setting aside time for rest, self-care, and relaxation ensures that you don't become overwhelmed by your responsibilities. Additionally, setting boundaries with others, such as limiting how often you check emails or saying no to unnecessary meetings, can help protect your time and energy. Reflecting on your time management regularly is important for continued growth. At the end of each week or month, take time to reflect on how you've used your time. What worked well? What could be improved? Reflection allows you to make adjustments to your approach, fine-tuning your time management strategies to become even more efficient and productive in the future. Effective time management is a skill that can be developed and refined over time. By understanding your priorities, planning your day, overcoming procrastination, managing your energy, setting boundaries, and reflecting on your progress, you can make the most of your time and accomplish your goals with greater ease and efficiency. Self-discipline is the foundation of any successful endeavor. It's the ability to stay committed to your goals even when you don't feel like it, when obstacles arise, or when temptation tries to pull you off course. Self-discipline is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall short. It requires mental toughness, focus, and a deep commitment to your long-term vision. Without self-discipline, it's easy to give in to immediate gratification, procrastinate, or abandon your goals when things get tough. However, when you develop strong self-discipline, you empower yourself to push through challenges, maintain consistency, and stay focused on what truly matters. One of the most important aspects of self-discipline is the ability to delay gratification. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, it's difficult to resist the urge to give in to short-term pleasures. However, self-discipline requires you to think long-term. It's about recognizing that the rewards of your hard work and dedication will come later, and that the sacrifices you make now will pay off in the future. Whether it's choosing to study instead of going out with friends, working on a project instead of watching TV, or saving money instead of spending it impulsively, self-discipline is the key to making decisions that align with your goals and values. Another important aspect of self-discipline is consistency. It's not enough to work hard for a few days or weeks. True success comes from showing up every day, no matter how you feel. It's about developing habits that support your goals and making them part of your daily routine. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to stay on track. Self-discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades, and it's what allows you to keep making progress even when things get difficult. Self-discipline also involves setting boundaries and saying no to things that don't align with your goals. It's easy to get distracted by opportunities that seem appealing in the moment but don't contribute to your long-term vision. Self-discipline requires you to make tough choices about how you spend your time and energy. Saying no to distractions, unproductive activities, and time wasters is essential for staying focused on what matters most. It's about protecting your time and energy so that you can pour them into the things that will move you closer to your goals. Self-discipline is about holding yourself accountable. It's easy to make excuses, blame external factors, or justify why you didn't follow through on your commitments. However, true self-discipline requires you to take full responsibility for your actions and decisions. When you hold yourself accountable, you create a strong sense of personal integrity and trust in yourself. You become the kind of person who does what they say they will do, no matter what. This self-accountability creates momentum, as every time you follow through on your commitments, you strengthen your discipline and confidence. Self-discipline requires patience. Achieving meaningful success takes time, and it's easy to become frustrated when progress seems slow. However, self-discipline allows you to stay patient and trust the process. Instead of rushing or seeking shortcuts, you understand that the journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint. By embracing the process and staying committed, you'll eventually see the results of your efforts. Self-discipline is the backbone of success. It's what allows you to stay on track, push through challenges, and consistently work toward your goals. By practicing self-discipline daily, you can overcome obstacles, avoid distractions, and achieve the success you've always dreamed of. Consistency is one of the most powerful tools for achieving success. It's often said that small, consistent actions lead to big results over time, and this is a truth that cannot be overstated. Many people believe that success is about making huge, dramatic moves or having moments of inspiration, but in reality, it's the consistent actions we take every day that add up to create the life we want. Whether it's working on a project, exercising, learning a new skill, or building a business, success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It comes from doing the right things regularly, even when you don't feel like it. And even when progress seems slow, you need to develop the mindset that success is not an event but a process. This shift in thinking helps you stay motivated even when things aren't going as planned or when you don't see immediate results. The most successful individuals are those who continue to show up day after day, even in the face of setbacks. It's not about waiting for the perfect time or hoping for the perfect conditions. It's about taking action no matter what. When you develop this level of consistency, it becomes a habit. It's no longer about pushing yourself to work. It's about maintaining a steady rhythm that becomes a natural part of your life. By making consistency a priority, you set yourself up for long-term success. A key to consistency is creating routines and habits that support your goals. Routines help you establish a structure for your day, making it easier to prioritize the tasks that matter most. They eliminate the need for decision-making, which can be exhausting and distracting. By setting up a routine, you make it automatic to work on your goals every day. This might include waking up early to meditate, exercising at the same time each day, or setting aside a specific hour for focused work. When these actions become part of your daily life, you don't have to rely on motivation alone to get things done. Instead, you rely on the power of habit. Creating strong habits that align with your goals is one of the most effective ways to stay consistent and make continuous progress. Consistency is also about discipline and managing your energy. It's easy to get distracted by new ideas or other opportunities, but if you want to achieve something significant, you have to learn how to stay focused and put your energy into the most important tasks. Self-discipline helps you avoid procrastination, resist the urge to give up, and stay on track even when things feel difficult. Discipline also involves managing your time effectively. This means blocking off time for important tasks and resisting the temptation to procrastinate or allow other people's demands to take over your schedule. By prioritizing your time and energy for what matters most, you increase your chances of success. There will be times when consistency feels challenging, and you may question whether the effort is worth it. This is when resilience becomes important. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges and setbacks, and it's a critical component of consistency. When you face obstacles, instead of giving up or abandoning your goals, resilience helps you push through and continue moving forward. It's about maintaining the belief that no matter how difficult things get, your consistent effort will eventually pay off. Resilience comes from a deep understanding that success is a long-term game and short-term struggles are simply a part of the process. By embracing setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow, you build the mental toughness required to remain consistent. Consistency leads to mastery. The more you practice something, the better you become at it. Whether it's a skill, a habit, or a craft, consistent effort allows you to improve and reach a level of mastery. Mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of continuous learning and practice. When you stay consistent in your efforts, you build confidence, improve your capabilities, and achieve greater results. Mastery also brings deeper satisfaction because you see the results of your hard work and know that you've earned your success through dedication and persistence.